Okay, this is Rue. He is a 3-year-old. They're called blue heelers. There's blue and red heelers. Also cattle dog.
Oh.
So they're bred, their genetics are for herding cattle and nipping at their heels.
Ah.
That's why they call it heeler.
Right.
He is a pandemic puppy. No socialization. The main reason he is here is because he is starting fights with his housemate. They're not sure what triggers it, but here's 2 scenarios where fights happen. One was the owner is trying to tell the other dog to sit or do something. Sit, down, come, and the dog does not. And then she tries to get him to, and Rue will come over and attack the dog.
This dog will attack the other dog?
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Another scenario is thresholds. If Rue doesn't get to go out first, he attacks the dog going out first.
This is interesting.
She tried to take him on a walk in downtown Frederick, and it ended in tears. He barked the entire time.
Oh, so how old is
The entire time.
Look, his tail's tucked in.
Yep, he is a pandemic puppy. He's got no socialization. He's probably never been away from his pack. He's 3 years old, so born right in COVID. He barked the entire time. She said he even went nuts at a dog statue.
He thinks he's the leader.
He thinks he's
The
the
leader
leader.
decides how to
Yep, we
respond.
talked about this.
But he's so insecure that it's such a heavy load, he's not supposed to be carrying it, that it's stressing him out. Look,
Yep.
right?
Some other details. He cannot be alone. He follows her around everywhere. He's a Velcro dog. So.
Growling at me.
Mm-hmm.
Who, me? Me? Huh? Me? Hi. I like to dance like this, and sometimes like this. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi. You want to see my haircut? Pretty cool, huh? So does he bite or what? He's telling me.
He bites when they're breaking up the attacks.
Alright. I mean, he's threatening me. He's saying, I'm going to bite you.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying,
He's saying, "Don't come near
and I'm
me."
saying,
You're
I'm being a
like
little unpredictable on purpose.
you look like George Jefferson.
Hi, so what's his name?
Rue.
Rue.
Cute name.
Hi. Huh?
He's handsome.
Good. Good. Whoa. Whoa.
High prey drive
Okay.
towards bunnies, squirrels.
Okay.
They were like, "Yeah, he does really well off leash." And then a bunny walked by, and they were like, "Well, maybe not around bunnies."
Okay. Something tells me that you're a mess. Something tells me that he's.
Yeah, the
something
owners.
that needs to really be.
The owners were pretty desperate.
You know why he's a mess? Because he's in the wrong spot on the hierarchy.
We
So
talked about
it
this.
doesn't matter how much we train him. If
Yeah.
we're just doing training, right?
Yeah.
If you're trying to just well, we need to teach him to come and all that. He can learn to read and write, but it doesn't mean he's not gonna. It doesn't mean he's not gonna not listen. He's gonna do what he's wanting to do because he's living in his mind top of the
dog.
hierarchy in the pack, which means he's getting all the benefits of being able to do what he wants, but he's also getting the consequence of being stressed out all the time and insecure. And what happens when you're trying to lead and you're not supposed to? The insecurity actually makes you overreact. And then the overreaction becomes the associated behavior to the situation, and then it just goes on repeat. And then the dog doesn't even know why they do it anymore. In the pack, what would happen if he was like with dogs, he would be corrected for trying to make these decisions. And then he would find his position in the pack, which is where he's naturally supposed to be, which is probably somewhere in the middle, right? So here's why he's a mess, because he's living in the wrong place. Here's where this is the hard part, is telling him, you're not allowed to make these choices and you're not allowed to do this anymore. You have to be follower to me, right? He's never done that to another dog probably, let alone a human. Dogs can they're gonna test it, but how he responds to the authority is the question. How I think what he's telling me he's going to, what he's going to do, is fight. That's what.
Right.
But is he bluffing? Well, he might be bluffing, but because he's so insecure, he'll go into panic and then he'll overreact, and then next thing you know, he's biting at you, right?
Mm-hmm.
For simply trying to say, let's go this way
Mm-hmm.
on the leash. That's what I'm reading right off the bat. I'm also a stranger. So he's probably got a little family, right? A little close-knit thing going on. Again, COVID, right? So me, he seen me as a potential threat because he didn't growl at you.
No.
But I came down and it's my room. Right? And I look at him like this and I said, who's that? Who's this new guy? And the eye contact,
Pressure. Yeah.
threatening me,
Mhm.
right? So because that behavior has been used, because it's a natural response, it's been used and rewarded. It's worked in his eyes. So if I growl at something, it goes away, right? So he thinks, every stranger that passes that he barks at, he kept them away from the pack. So he's doing his leader duties, but he's not even. So what the leader does is say, if any dog tries to step up to the plate, the leader corrects them and puts them back, right? And what does that mean? How we respond to things that come and go in the environment or any situation, and also around resources. I get first access as leader. How do we find out who's leader? He's hungry. I'm hungry. These 5 dogs over here are hungry, right? And there's one piece of meat, one nice big piece of meat one of them is going to eat more than the rest consistently, and they're going to figure it out through conflict. And then what ends up happening as the time goes on is there could be meat right there, but if that guy's right there, nobody's touching it, right? We all know this can happen with dogs, but we need to tap into that. That's why this guy's stressed. That's why there'll never be success if we just do commands. And I haven't even really interacted with him. I just kind of goofed around right here, but I can already tell by what you told me. I can see the insecurity, but he's like, shit, I gotta be the guy. I gotta stand up, and this is the role. When somebody comes and starts to step up, I have to be the guy. And it's like, no, you don't. But he's gonna overreact. He's probably gonna throw some bites because it's time to get it all out. This is like 100. This is how many days? This is 3 years, right? However long he's been in that family, where he's been the guy. And now it's like all those corrections that should have happened, they didn't happen. He's building up to a boiling point, and then he's just gonna go, meltdown. And then after the meltdown, we stand here and we're like, okay, let's go. And then tomorrow, and then it gets easier and easier and easier, and then he finds his place in the pack through these experiences, and then he feels at ease and happy. And then we start to climb that hill again. We see the confidence, and we see a dog who's a good companion, who doesn't push to be the leader. They're happy to be the follower. Okay? But nature, for some reason, is designed so that the way that they figure it out is here's a conflict, here's the confrontation, and whoever's more competent. And it's usually with fighting. So
The other dog actively avoids him.
who?
The other dog.
Okay. So he's just like feeling very powerful, right? Okay. Let's go again and start something here so we can have our conversation. Good. Good. Hey, come here. Oh, that's good. Come here. That's fine. Hey, nice. Oh, you have such cutest ears.
These cattle dogs are so cute.
You are so cute. Oh, stop it. I understand. Oh, you are being too nice. But what if you get scared? Then I get worried that you're gonna panic. Did you see when so I spooked him, right? Like, kind of. But he walked away and he shook. He feels better. He's like, okay, this guy's just goofing. And this is the way to kind of get the nerves down for him. Good. Okay. Come. Come here. That's very good. Nice, baby. Nice. Come here, buddy. Come here. Hey, Roo. Roo. Hi, buddy. Hi, Roo. Hello. You are the cutest and the most good boy. Very good. Oh my God. So is he purebred?
Yep.
Oh, dude, they're cool.
Yeah, they come in, this is called a blue, and they also come in red.
This is cool.
They're They're nip heels of cows to get them to move.
Look how strong he looks. I don't know if it's picking up on the camera, but this guy looks strong.
Yeah, they're full of muscle.
I mean, the head and the neck are like the same width. Come here. Roo. Roo. So we're already sneaking in, right? We're already starting to control movement. That's what leaders go after. Come on. Roo. Come here. Good boy. Hi. And so I'll be the safe spot.
He's giving you so many opportunities. Because every time he walks away, he's getting recalled again.
Yeah, the cool thing about this process is they kind of choose how many reps they get. Oh, come here, Roo. That's what I was talking about. That's all that crazy stuff. Come here, Roo. Roo, you're ignoring me now. Roo. Come here. Oh, good. Hi,
turns
how
off.
are you today? Yay. What a pretty guy. I'm just going to do a little puff of air on him here. Good, that can get you bit in the face.
It mimics another dog sniffing him.
Don't do it though, but it's good. 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 Another dog would do that, who's trying to take, but they would do it way more assertive than me. I'm breaking it down for this guy. They'd put their face in the crotch, they'd sniff, and if he came back, it's a fight, you know. And then whoever wins that fight kind of thing. Good. Okay, now it's interesting fur because it's not as wiry as it looks. It kind of feels like almost like a shepherd.
Yeah, they're meant to be living on farms outside.
Well, they're so cool.
Yeah.
Look at that. Good. It's like a Rottweiler face or something. Hey.
They're very.
I never had a purebred.
They're extremely intelligent.
Are you really smart?
Very, very, very smart dogs.
Can I see this? Can I see this? You can like learn a lot of words and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm doing the thing. You know what I'm doing. He knows what's going on. Hi. What's wrong? I know. If you watch my baby boy, you're a good boy. What do you think, big guy? Kind of crazy. Yeah. I agree. Alright, let's do a little more then, huh? Break. Do you know what that means? Yay! Wow. A lot of it is actually happening here because he's processing. You see him starting to realize that there's a way for me to get him to me without, it's kind of unpredictable. It's hard for him to figure out how it's working, you know, because I haven't shown him my hand, if you will. He doesn't really know how this is working yet. Which is a unique opportunity for me to explain things to him because you see, I think for the first time, maybe in a long time, he's like, I think I need help with this to understand how this works. And once he starts to say that, you'll start to see him, you see it in his language, he's like, okay, what do I need to do right now? That's when I come in and say, you know, stay or whatever, give him the information. So I'm not begging him, he comes asking me. And also I can set boundaries, which I gotta get to in the session, is showing him that I can touch him and pet him and all that stuff. But first we start with this recall. Roo, come. It's a very low number, it's a 5. We're gonna hang right on it right there. See, he's stabilized. You see, because it's twitchy. It's the same number. Come here, Roo. I just hold it until he touches me and then turns off, okay? Good. So he understands, you see he's understanding the system, but then as he starts to test it, I can go up in intensity if his attitude increases, where he's trying to like, you know, punch the walls and say, I don't want to do this, right? But when he's not doing that, it's just good boy, good boy. Yes, it's a tough pill to swallow because then what is he doing? Listening. He's listening. You say, come here, he comes here. You say, stay, right? So the reason why I think it's hard to do at home is because it's not the concept of teaching the commands, it's the fact that the dog's going to say, they're going to say that. So everybody's coached by saying, well, let's get treats and let's get this stuff. And then it just becomes a game of how many rewards can I get? And then you go home and try to use it in a real life setting and they're like, no, we didn't talk about punishment though. Oh yeah, we forgot about that one. Because what gets him to listen here, he's going to get the rewards, but we don't necessarily need them. It's just the same reason why you're not speeding in line, right? But it also is relationships. So if he's doing really good, we're showing him how appreciative we are of him when he's in that state. So he's like, I like this state. They love it when I'm like this. So it's rewiring his brain here. Good boy. Getting my scent. Touching him for the first time. Good boy. Good guy. Yeah. Good. Oh yeah. Hi. Good. Very nice. You're a good boy, aren't you? Alright. Well, look at you. You are smart, aren't you? Break.
Yeah, the breed is notoriously very intelligent.
Always checking out everything. I'm gonna give him a recall here and see. I know he will know what I'm saying, but is he gonna want to listen? It's up to him. Come. So far, so good. No stem, just the beat. Good. He's coming immediately. Very good.
Wow.
Good. Wow. Okay, that was excellent.
Wow.
That was what I call good boy behavior. Wow. So now that he's getting some good boy behavior, I can see he really likes that, and that's gonna end up feeling really good. And he's gonna be. We're gonna see him eventually, just like all the dogs, try to get that expression out of us and that kind of vibe from us, and he'll get that by listening. People love a dog who listens, right? They don't get that frustration. So he's gonna say, I like that. But the only reason it's gonna work, 'cause I'm sure he was getting it before, is because the contrast of the punishment, right? Now he knows, we have a way to punish. It is effective, and he doesn't want to go down that road because he's allowed to go down that road. That's what this program's for. He tested it on his own. It leaves a bad taste in his mouth. He comes over, he gets praise, meaning listening. And then he realizes, this is the road I want to be on. And he locks those, literally rewires his responses and his associations. And now he goes on autopilot like he did before, but with the good choices, with the ones that he finds valuable. I'm not just going to force it. You can see here, he's here. I want him here. It was my idea to get him here, but I did not physically force him to come here. He is doing it all on his own. Good.
And staying.
And staying, because if we ever recall, we have to stay. Because if he goes out, it's just correction or recall, right? Then he learns, oh, recall means stay until release. And now we have half the program, right? But we're going to try to get a stay detached. It's easy to get this. The hard part is stay and then get a couple feet back and then release. That's going to get it so then you can now walk the environment eventually and your dog stays right there, okay? And this is interesting stuff because I'm doing this all without doing the leash thing, like making him feel the tension, like stay back there, like it'll pop back or something. So it's very much him having to try to listen, and if he tries to listen, it's not hard, right? Because we're just going, stay, okay, come, stay, and it's really easy for them to figure it out, especially for a smart dog. If they don't try, they're not listening, they might not get it, right? So, stay. Good. Break.
Yeah, bud. Yeah, Roo.
That was it. Break.
Good boy, Roo.
That's it, Roo. That's it.
Good.
Did you do something?
Roo.
What I like about this too is that it doesn't necessarily feel like a training session, right? We try to keep it organic. As soon as it starts to feel like a training session, it's like, okay, let's add something to the environment. So we can keep this kind of organic feel to all the sessions, which I think transfers to real life very nicely.
Yeah.
Cool. It's like a dog who knows what we want and just basically, they live by the two rules, right? One rule, listen. That's really what it is, but it breaks down to do what, if we say do, if we say don't, then don't. That's as easy as it gets, right? If I tell you to stop doing something, stop. If I tell you to do something, do it. Easy peasy. That's our relationship dynamic though. So relationship is involved, dogs are very relationship based. Good. Yes, he is a nice boy. Yes, he is. He's a very good boy. We're going to practice with some other dogs here. He has attacked. We know it sounds like dominance, right? So this is what's interesting about this is that it was described as unpredictable aggression. But then when the scenarios are described, it's clear what's happening, at least to me. So the one example is if the other dog goes out the door first, he'll attack, right? Again, what do we say about right? Again, what do we say about resources? That's a resource, right? I want it first. So he's just fighting for position. He just sees it as disrespectful to his position. You're trying to tell the other dog to do something. The dog's not listening. He sees you as a pack member disagreeing with him, and then he's like, "I'll take care of this." Right? He's backing you up, but it's no good. So he literally thinks he's the leader. It's the typical. We've heard this 1,000 times, right? The dog thinks he's the leader. Blah blah blah. That's what's happening here. So. Let's bring in, I think maybe Izzy.